stupid or something.
So this was definitely the one deck I didn't expect to make a video on. So for those of you who watched my box opening, you'll know that I wasn't exactly very pleased when I pulled a certain SR monster. Bottom of the box, come on. Yeah. Well, as it turns out, Konami randomly decided to release a skill that I was completely unaware of, called Clock of Destiny. God, I can't wait to see 99% of my comments section filtered into the held for review, due to an extensive use of the other word for a rooster. Now this skill is actually amazing, as it not only makes Dreadmaster playable, it actually makes it a good deck. I'm not saying it's anything too spectacular, like I wouldn't expect to see this deck winning worlds or something, but the deck legitimately slaps, especially when playing against the Illiterate, which, as you guys know, is the entirety of the Duel Links player base. So here's the deck list. Now just before I go to the list, just a reminder that if you're enjoying any of the content you're watching or find any of it useful, to please leave a like on the video down below and consider subscribing to the channel whilst you're down there. I'm literally wait a minute. Oh, so I reached 50k yesterday, which was pretty dope. Thank you guys for that, by the way. But I guess I have to stop begging for that goal now. But please keep subbing, as I kinda want to get that play button eventually. Come on guys, do me a solid. Alright, so this deck is based around two brand new cards and a skill. The first of these brand new cards is the field spell Clock Tower Prison. During each of your opponent's standby phases, place one counter on this card. When you have 4 more counters on it, you do not take any battle damage. If this card's destroyed whilst having 4 counters on it, you can special summon Destiny Hero Dreadmaster from your hand or your deck. Dreadmaster when summoned destroys all monsters on your field that are not Destiny Hero monsters. Then allows you to special summon up to 2 Destiny Hero monsters from your graveyard. During any turn this card was special summoned, Destiny Hero monsters you control cannot be destroyed and you do not take any battle damage when they battle. This card's attack is equal to the combined original attack of all other Destiny Hero monsters you control. So basically, you summon this guy, special summon 2 Destiny Hero monsters with 1600 attack each, and make this guy an indestructible 3200 attack monster with 2 indestructible 1600 attack henchmen on either side. So how do we get the counters on the clock? Well, for that, we have Clock of Destiny. Now keep in mind this skill has some requirements on it before you can run it, but you can read them yourself. Each of the following effects can be used once per duel. Send 1 level 4 or lower Destiny Hero monster to grave to add 1 Clock Tower from deck to hand. Select 1 Clock Tower Prison in your field zone, and give it 3 counters, then add 1 Mystical Space Typhoon to your hand from your deck. So this skill is obviously fantastic, as it plants 3 of the 4 counters required, meaning as soon as your opponent's turn starts, your field spell will be fully active. And since this skill also searches the quick play spell Mystical Space Typhoon, you can destroy it whenever you like. I also think it's cool that at the very least, even if your field spell is banished or removed before you can place the final counter on it, this skill will just search a Mystical Space Typhoon, essentially swapping a Destiny Hero in your starting hand for an MST, which is already a pretty decent skill on its own. As for the rest of the deck list, it's your pretty standard Destiny Hero stuff, so I'll wait till the gameplay portion of the video to go through it. Alright guys, that'll be it for the deck list part of the video. The rest of the video will be gameplay with commentary showcasing the list in action. Remember, if you are enjoying the video or find any of the content useful, to please drop a like on the video down below and consider subscribing to the channel whilst you're down there. Enjoy the gameplay! Alright, let's get into it. So this deck list, I went 6 wins and 4 losses when I played it. I'm going to put a bit of an asterisk on that 6 wins though, as it should have been 7, but I misplayed in one of the games, and by misplayed I mean I just literally set a mask change instead of activating it, which would have just won me the game, so I'm just a dum-dum. So yeah, it was probably 7 wins, okay? But anyway, you shouldn't expect too much from this deck list. It is meant to be more of a fun anime kind of a deck, but it's cool to see that this deck list is now functional thanks to a skill that makes it not only playable, but actually a pretty decent deck list. I'm sure you could easily get King of Games with this if you tried. I wouldn't be taking it to any tournaments though. Alright, let's get into the replays. I actually had a lot more fun with this deck than I thought I would. I made so much fun of it during the box review that like it's so silly that I don't know. It's good to see it's actually a fun deck though. I'm pleased with the Konami actually releasing a skill, especially after yesterday's video showcasing that bombshell of a skill they released. It's good to see they actually have some good designers in the dev team. Alright, so Destiny draw, gonna discard draw 2. Then we're gonna activate our skill, which sends a Destiny Hero monster to the graveyard to search for our clock tower. Activate our clock tower, use our skill. This will give us an MST as well as putting 3 tokens on this card. We already had the MST in hand, so we didn't get to search anything, sadly. It might even be worth running 2 copies of MST just so you get a guaranteed search. I've been thinking about that, because it just means if you draw the other MST, at least you don't go -1, because normally it's not a -1 because you're just discarding 1 card to search an MST generally. I'm going to summon Decider, activate its effect. This is the reason we're only running 1 copy of Decider, by the way, because I'm pretty certain this is a once per duel effect, I think. Yeah, once per duel. This card, when it's summoned, allows you to add back a hero monster during the end phase from your graveyard. It also, whenever your opponent can't attack it with any monster over 1600 attack, which is pretty cool. This is a really funny replay actually. This guy was playing Lightsworn. And as you'll see, he summons a Judgment Dragon in a bit. So Illumina, gonna go into his Arc Boy, who's gonna banish my back row. We instantly gonna activate it in response to pop our Clock Tower, which now has 4 counters, as it gains an extra counter during his standby phase. This then summons our boss monster from deck, who special summons 1600 from grave. And there's the Judgment Dragon, and instantly, first thing he does, activates Judgment Dragon's effect. Minus 1000 life points to destroy all other cards on the field. Our guy's immune to destruction, and so are all these boys. So, yeah. He then proceeds to, I believe, activate it again. Yep. Just minus another 1000, and then tries to swing into our monster for some reason, killing it off instantly. And conceding. That is the peak of literacy in Duel Links right there. Alright, moving on to game 2. Alright, for this we had a Blue Eyes player, I think. I mean, judging by the mat, you'd assume so. Clock of Destiny, gonna be searching for our field spell again. Generally this deck is almost foolproof going first, as it just means you can always get your tower on board without it being disrupted and always get the 4 counters on it. So if you get this going first, it's pretty good actually. Going second is not that bad either, but first it's especially good. Because unfortunately the only major downside I've had playing this deck, and the main reason I lost most of the games I did, was because I would get a state like this during, if I went second, I'd place my field spell, have my 3 counters on it. My opponent would have 3 back row, and before the turn even passes, he'd just activate back row, destroy it with 3 counters right now, and then I'm pretty doomed. I can't really do anything from there. So that was the main issue I had with it. But going first, you're always gonna get the 4 counters, so if it's destroyed, you're set. Alright, sets 2 back row. So we're going to summon our Stratos to destroy some of the back row. With non-target, he negates the effect. Then use MST, destroying our field spell. Summoning our boss monster from deck, bringing back one of our level 4s. He tries to Raigeki break it. God, these people are absolutely gigantuan brains. These people, oof, massive brains. And there's the concede. Alright, game 3. Alright, I forget what this guy was playing. Was it Gaia? I don't remember. Anyway, Destiny draw, gonna draw 2 cards. Put our Clock Tower down. Clock of Destiny. Set our MST. Then we're gonna activate our Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. When this guy's summoned, he can special summon a hero monster from hand, which is pretty useful in this deck because everything's level 4, so this means you can make any of your rank 4s that you like. I'm choosing to run these rank 4s specifically. I think these 2 are core, this one could be whatever you like. I'm just using it because I hate the Harpy matchup, which we didn't actually find any today, luckily. Alright, summoning Stratos, adding a Destiny Hero dude to hand, then we're going to set our cards. So we have a Mask Change set and a Mystical Space Typhoon set. Mask Change is super good because we have 2 options for it on board right now. We have Blast, and we have Dian. I was Noble Knights, that's right. Alright, summons his boy. Attempts to return the Clock Tower to hand. Obviously we're just going to Mystical Space Typhoon in response. Instantly summoning out our boss monster. Unfortunately, he does nuke our board, so we lose both our other monsters, but we don't mind too much. Especially considering we now special summon this guy back, whose effect then goes off, which means we can add back a Stratos at the end of the turn. And currently our monsters are immune to destruction, and of course he tries to swing into us. We add back the Stratos, and then he concedes instantly, because he knew it was about to happen. That Stratos is about to be summoned, pop some of the back row. Even if it then comes back again, we have a Mask Change, so we could summon out the guy that also removes back row. I think he was pretty doomed from there, I think. Either that, or he didn't realise that our monsters weren't only immune to the end of the turn and conceded anyway. Alright, game 4. Now, we even had like multiple rank 4 options we could have gone into there, even if we didn't want a Mask Change. We could have Mask Changed our boss monster, then we could have... No, we could have Mask Changed Stratos and used our... I don't know. There's so many plays we could have made there. Pretty sure we could even leave this in with Malevolent Sin, actually, anyway. Alright, on to the next game. So we summon Stratos, searching our boy, and setting our stuff. Clock Tower Prison, having the 4 counters. Oh, this was so good. So we're against Tri-Mid. So our Tri-Mid, he sets his back row and activates his field spell. Now, I know Tri-Mid don't really function very well when there's no field spell on board. But their main back row is obviously Tri-Mid Pulse, which obviously doesn't work unless there's field spells in Grave. So I'm just going to activate Mask Change, summon out our boy. He's then going to return the field spell to hand before our opponent can even switch it out next turn. Then during our turn, we can use it again to remove the back row. Oh, this shows off this deck so well. So then we summon our Solid Soldier special summons Decider. We can now make an Xyz. We summon out Malevolent Sin. So now even if we had the Tri-Mid boss monster in hand, which summons when a Tri-Mid is destroyed, it won't matter because we can just banish it. We swing twice. Well, we would swing twice for lethal, but we've got some BMing to do. So we activate MST, destroying the field spell, special summoning the boss monster, nuking our own board, but special summoning our 2 guys back. Yeah, then he's dead. Alright, final replay time. Now in this replay, I'm pretty sure I misplayed quite heavily. I think this was another game where I made the mistake of setting a Mask Change instead of activating it. Apparently that's just a bad habit I have. Alright, so against Magnet Warriors. Clock of Destiny. Sending our Celestial. Placing 3 counters, adding MST. Special summoning our 2 guys again. He's gonna do a bunch of stuff. Swings in, pops his back row, activating Mask Change, swaps it out for Anki. Now the reason I summoned Anki is because Anki, when he destroys a monster, gets to add a Mask Change to hand, which then I could use on Solid Soldier to summon out the other guy who can summon Stratos and pop some stuff, or I can just activate another Mask Change on Anki again and try to attack him directly. But the prompt came up on screen saying, do you want to attack directly instead? And I clicked yes. That was the misplay of this game, not setting the Mask Change. Yeah. The damn prompt came up on screen and I just spammed the yes button. So that was a bit annoying. Either way, he summons Direwolf. We're then going to activate our trap card to destroy it. At this point we know his boss monster's being summoned, but we don't feel too threatened because he has to destroy the field spell, because our field spell stops us taking battle damage. So he literally can't do any damage to me until this is removed. So you destroy everything, and obviously we can summon our boss monster from deck, basically recycle our whole board. He destroys off his magma so then he can special summon all his boys back for a bit of protection, because he's a bit scared. As he damn well should be. We're gonna activate our Mystic Space Typhoon, popping the back row. Activate Malevolent Sin. Malevolent Sin can then... Well, we're gonna make sure we summon all our stuff from hand, because as you're about to see, Malevolent Sin banishes a card. And then he's dead. Alright. So that was all the replays. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Yeah. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Thank you guys again for getting me to 50,000 subscribers. Cheers to another 50k more. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.